You're listening to the 49 Carats podcast, a 49ers Goldmine production with Stephanie Sanchez.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats podcast. I'm your host, Steph, and I'm back with another prospect interview. Joining me today is Minnesota cornerback Terell Smith. How you doing, Terell?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. All you guys tuned in, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, show your support. Let's get right into it, get to know Terell a little bit here. Terell, you spent your entire collegiate career at Minnesota, and you were a four-star recruit coming out of high school. I'm sure you had a number of offers. So
Yeah.
what was it about Minnesota that you felt was a right fit for you?
Just like Coach Fleck and his whole program, I just like believed in the vision where he wanted the program to go, and like he was just a coach that was gonna push me in all areas of my life. So that was just like somebody I wanted to be coached by.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. Having the coaching fit is so important, and
Yeah.
you made an impact from the moment you stepped onto the field for the Gophers. You started 9 games as a freshman. You started 13 games in your final season. Was there a year at Minnesota where you felt like you really put it all together and the game just started to slow down for you?
I would definitely say this past year, like everything was able to just click. I was able to have like my best like on field like production wise, just like everything just felt way better. The game was coming to me better. Everything just felt good. So I feel like this past year was smooth for me.
And what do you think contributed to that? Like, what were you doing behind the scenes that kind of allowed you to take that game to the next level?
Uh, I would definitely say I did a lot of mobility work this past season. So just like working on flexibility and being able to bend better and things like that, I would say that definitely helped. And I would just say confidence, just like believing in myself and just like knowing I'm the best out there. I feel like that played a big part.
I love it. Oh man, I know. Like, I feel like cornerbacks are always like so confident. They always got that swagger. I feel like it's definitely a huge part of being a corner is just having that confidence in yourself. Well, at Minnesota, you finished with 109 tackles, 4 interceptions, 20 passes defended, forced fumble recovery. One of the things I noticed when I watch you play is you have great footwork. And I know that you have a track and field background from your high school days. Do you think that's how you've kind of developed that quick feet?
Uh, I feel like it's something I worked on, just like ladder work and things like that. I feel like track is more just like elongated steps. So I feel like just like the work on the ladder and things like that really helped with that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that answer because normally people would say like, yeah, like all
Hmm.
that stuff translates the same, but no,
Yeah.
not everything does, and you've worked for it, so I appreciate that as well. Well, I do know that athleticism and speed is just half the battle of playing football, right, and playing the position. I'd say the other is probably the cognitive stuff, right, the mental
Yeah,
aspect, the film study, the
for sure.
recognition, the reaction. So on that topic, like when you're preparing for a game, what are some of the things you're looking for in your opponent in terms of film study?
I usually break their top formations down by like route concepts and like break it down by like first and second down. So like if it's first down and then we're getting like dock flex formation on first down, and then I get like their top route concepts out of dock flex on first and second down. So I usually break it down by by formations and route concepts, first and second down, and then third down.
Okay. And as far as like what receivers are doing, is there something that you like to really key in on maybe like their favorite routes, things like that?
Hmm. I usually do it by like their splits, like the receiver splits and stuff like that, just figuring out like what's their top route from like this set, like when they line up in this formation or they have this split like on top of the numbers, like what are they most likely gonna run? And I feel like I just do a good job in breaking it down like that.
Now, do you prefer to be off man or you like to play press a little bit more?
I say press a little bit more. I'm just more comfortable with it.
I mean, is there more to that, or is it just the comfort thing? Because I know, like, some guys like press more because of the physical aspect of it. You know, you
Hmm.
could jam the receiver at the line. So, what is it for you that you like so much about it?
I would just say just like the comfort and the physicality part. Like I feel like I'm really good in off man too, but like I rather just like get in the receiver's face and be able to get my hands on him at the line.
Yeah. So, do you do some trash talking as well, or you just let the game do the talking?
Nah, I just play my game.
All right. And when it comes to run defense, I'd say you're pretty reliable in that regard as well. So,
Hmm.
and like, that's not always a case for corners coming, right into the NFL. That's something a lot of the time that's something that guys develop over time, but it seems like you have a good grasp on that already. So what is your mindset in run defense? Like, why do you think you've been so successful with it?
I feel like I'm just like a really physical corner, and like I'm not like afraid to be in the box. Like playing in the Big Ten, like it's physical. You're gonna be taking on blocks from tight ends, like offensive linemen. So I feel like the mentality is just like you just gotta keep smashing them until they're gonna quit. So like you just gotta keep doing that. I feel like that's what separates me a lot, just because like my physicality and my willingness to just be in the box and be able to set edges against tight ends, fullbacks, linemen, like not just receivers. Like I feel like that's what the Big Ten is all about, like physicality.
I love it. And it definitely does show. Well, you did get a chance to show off some of your speed at the NFL Combine. What was that experience like for you to just be out there, be able to prove yourself in front of these teams among like some of the best like in the
Hmm.
in the country?
I feel like it was a great opportunity for me. I feel like my name wasn't that out there. I feel like kind of like it was more like area scouts and things like that that knew about me. But I feel like with the combine and like pro day, the East West game, I was able to just show everybody what I could do.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, one of the things that pops out aside from your speed is your size, right? So, how'd you feel about your performance at the combine overall?
I feel like I did a good job overall. I felt very confident. I feel like my numbers were really good, and I felt good about it.
And at your pro day, which happened not too long ago, you got a second crack at some of those drills. Now that the Shrine Bowl, the Combine, the pro day is all over, is there like a sense of relief at all, a feeling that you got that out of the way? Now you can just focus on the team meetings and the visits.
Yeah, most definitely. Like pro day and combine was like it kind of felt like game day in a sense, like the same type of like urgency or like the stress you had on you. It just felt like you were gonna go play a game, but like you just had to go out there and do some drills and things like that. So I feel like now that it's over with, it feels good just to have it all out the way, and then now I could just like focus on meetings and stuff like you said.
Yeah, and I know like it's not just the one day or the one week at the combine. It's everything leading up to that. I'm sure is like
Yeah,
very heightened and
yeah.
very intense training and all that. So yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure to
'Cause you train 2 months for 1 day.
yeah,
So,
it's
like,
crazy.
you put a lot into it, so sometimes, like, the nerves can be, like if you're not confident in yourself, I feel like the nerves can, like, overtake everything, but as long as you confident in yourself and you believe in the work that you put in, everything should be fine.
Yeah, I agree. So, what are some ways that you're kind of just letting it all soak in at this point? Like, how are you just like reflecting and staying within yourself?
Uh, I've really just been, like, doing the same things, like, same workouts and things like that. Like, obviously, we don't gotta do, like, all the 40 starts and like quick agility shuttles and stuff starts anymore, but like just like staying in the now, just keep doing all the things you've been doing, like just because like the combine and pro days out the way, like you still got to get ready for like after the draft, things like that. So just like just doing all the basic things that I need to do.
Yeah, I feel it. I mean, not making too much of it, I think
Hmm.
it seems like that's the way to go. And, I know you've gotten a chance to meet with several teams at this point. What's been their feedback for you so far?
Uh, so for the most part, with most teams, they've just been asking like about my upbringing and my life and things like that, and then just things about like football and stuff. Like in terms of feedback, they don't really say too much on that end. It's more just like getting to know you and like watching film and like explaining film, like just your basic knowledge of football and things like that.
Now, I know that you know you mentioned that what sorry. What are some things that, maybe you for yourself have kind of identified as things that you want to work on? I know you said you're like a confident guy, but I'm sure there's some things that maybe,
Yeah.
you want to work on as well.
I'll just say like pad level and things like that coming out of transitions, like taking on blocks, just making sure that I'm staying low. Cause like when you're playing the game, sometimes you feel like you're low enough, but sometimes you're not. And like once you watch the film, you realize, oh, like yeah, I was kind of high coming out of that break. So just like focusing on like the little details with pad level and things like that.
Okay. And have there been any teams that have talked to you about like a full-time move to safety or even just like a part-time thing? Have they mentioned that at all?
Nah, not yet.
Okay. I mean, if there was a team that was interested in using you as a safety, like what would your reaction be to that?
I'll be fine with it. I'll feel confident playing anywhere on the back end. As long as I could just get on the field and help the organization win games, I'm cool with it.
I love that attitude. Well, I saw on Twitter, shout out to Marco. I believe he was the one that reported this, but you met with the 49ers, right?
Mhm.
Throughout this process. So, how'd that meeting go for you?
I feel like it went well. So like at the combine, like the meetings is like you walk in the room and it's like the GM, the head coach, the defense coordinator, and like the other scouts and things like that. So just introduce yourself to them. Then like you just talk about your upbringing, your life and everything. And then we just break down plays like from this past season. So I feel like it was a good meeting.
And like on the topic of just like having those meetings at the combine in general, a lot of people compare it to like speed dating. Like, does it kind of feel that way when you're doing it like in the moment? Because I know it's like each
Mhm.
meeting's like 15 minutes or something like that, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like the informal ones feel more like speed dating, but like the formal meetings where like you have a set time to meet the team, I feel like it's just more like serious. I kind of feel like the atmosphere like in the room is just more serious. Like to me at least, I just feel like that's how it is.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting to get some insight into like what those meetings are like because from the outside we just hear like crazy things about it, but I know it's a very exhausting process, both mentally and physically. Um, Now, I always like to end my interviews with this question: what is a team? What is a fan base getting with Terrell Smith, both on and off the field?
On the field, they're gonna get someone that's dedicated, like he's wants to improve his craft every day. Like that's something just like that I got from Coach Fleck. Like we always you just got to be better today than you were yesterday. So just someone that's always gonna compete, physical guy that's ready to lay his body on the line for the to get a W or whatever. And then like off the field, just someone that's I guess like to themselves. I kind of just be to myself. I just be chilling when I'm not on the field. So just somebody like that.
Are you? Would you say you're a bit of an introvert a little bit?
I'll say so a little bit.
As a introvert myself, I do get that sense. Like I from an introvert to another introvert. I see you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I feel that. Okay. Well, Terrell, thank you so much for letting me interview you today and letting me get to know you. Appreciate it. Best of luck.
Mhm.
Throughout this next month, it's gonna be very busy. It's gonna be life changing for you. So
Yeah.
best of luck throughout all this.
Okay, appreciate you.
And all you guys watching, make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There will be more content like this to come. But for now, have a good Thursday evening, folks. Peace.